Hi on to People's Canadian Journey. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time and you like what you see and hear, please don't forget to subscribe. It's very easy to do so. Just hit the subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon. Share with your friends. Okay, today I am going to be talking about some immigration streams in Canada that require the least proof of funds. So we can call this video, cheapest ways to relocate to Canada, if you like. Let's get started. As you know, when you're thinking of relocating anywhere, whether it's to the UK, to the US, to Canada, whether as a student or as a skilled worker, it's a capital intensive project. I like to call it a project because there are processes and steps every step of the way, and these steps require funds. Now for Canada, one of the main criteria is having what we call proof of funds. Okay, it's a main criteria, and not having enough proof of funds is one of the main reasons why people's applicants get rejected or denied. So proof of funds is really, really important. Now with growing inflation around the world, with increase in exchange rate, a lot of people have been sending me messages, saying, Biba, please talk about affordable streams available for Canada. One of my subscribers sent me an email in the beginning of the year, and she's like, she and her family, they want to relocate to Canada. They've been saving, and it's like, the funds just never seem to be enough, especially with exchange rates, the way the markets are fluctuating. I remember when we were relocating to Canada about 4 years ago now, the exchange rate was about 250, 260 Naira to one Canadian dollar. Now, if you're coming from Nigeria, it's about 650 Naira to one Canadian dollar. Okay, so it's pretty expensive. Let's call it what it is. Now, before we talk about these streams that are, you can call affordable, let me break down the proof of funds for people that are new to everything immigrating to Canada. Okay, so proof of funds, and I'm going to break it down, make it really simple. Proof of funds is the amount of money that you should have in your account when you're coming to Canada, when you're making your application to IRCC. This amount is set by Immigration Canada. So you can't just wake up and say, I have 10,000 Canadian dollars, I have enough, I'm ready to come to Canada. No, it doesn't work that way. The amount that everybody needs is set by Canada. Okay, and they set this amount based on the prices of things, based on inflation. So for example, one person, if you're a single person, you're coming just by yourself, the amount you need is going to be less than the person coming with their family and 2 or 3 children. Okay, now, as I mentioned in the beginning, having your proof of funds is a very, very important criteria. When you're submitting your application, you need to have your proof of fund document. The amount set by Immigration Canada, you need to have that amount in your account. You need to have minimum of that amount in your account. The more you have, the better. The immigration officer is going to look at it with a microscope. Okay, a lot of people have been denied their visas for not having enough funds. Okay, so it is really, really important. Now, when you're coming to Canada, there are different immigration streams. The most popular is the federal stream. So when you hear people say federal express entry, that's the most popular. Now, the federal express entry is, is that stream that requires the highest proof of funds. So right now, a family of 3, if you're thinking of coming to Canada via the federal express entry stream, you should have a minimum of 21,000 Canadian dollars in your account. Now, if you're coming from Nigeria, multiply that by 650. Let's not even do the math. That's a lot. Now, there are other immigration streams that require less funds. So let's talk about those streams really quick. The first one is the Atlantic Immigration Program. Okay, AIP, the Atlantic Immigration Program. And for this stream, this is an employer-based stream. And for this stream, a family of 3, you need to have 5,300 Canadian dollars in your account. So just compare 21,000 Canadian dollars, family of 3 at the federal level, and then 5,300 Canadian dollars. A lot of people like this stream. It's a popular stream. It's becoming very competitive. Yes, it is. But for that amount, okay, it's worth a try. It's also very popular with international students. So like here in Nova Scotia, I meet a lot of international students that have come from Ontario, from BC. And I say, oh, are you looking for jobs here? They said, oh, yes, because we want to get the AIP. Because obviously it's more affordable. Okay, so I'm not going to talk a lot about the AIP because I've done several videos on this stream, the Atlantic Immigration Program. So please refer to previous videos. I'm going to put the link. The link is going to be available in the description of this video. Okay, so this is one stream you should consider. Another advantage of this stream is that the language requirements are also less proof of funds, and the language requirements you need, because a lot of people say passing the IELTS exams is really hard. Language requirements also less. So one stream to consider. The second stream is the skilled worker stream for the province of, drum rolls, Quebec. Okay, this stream for a family of 3, we're talking less than 5,000 Canadian dollars. That's the amount you need, the proof of funds you need. Less than 5,000 Canadian dollars for a family of 3 for the province of Quebec. Again, I'm going to put the link in the video. I have talked about this stream. It's becoming really, really popular for a lot of immigrants. I know quite a number of families that have moved from their home countries to Quebec via this stream. And one of the reasons people really like this stream is because of the proof of funds requirement. Less than 5,000 Canadian dollars, family of 3. It is definitely worth checking. Okay, now I'm going to end by saying that these amounts I have mentioned are the proof of funds set by the different provinces or by Immigration Canada. Okay, now proof of funds should be in your account a couple of months before you apply for your permanent residency. This is the money you're going to use when you come to Canada. So aside from this money, aside from these funds, you need to also have funds for taking your language exams. Very important. So when we say proof of funds, that's not the funds you're going to use for your language exams, whether you take the IELTS or French. Those are not the funds you're going to use for your credential evaluation. That's not what you're going to use for your medicals. Okay, so proof of funds is money that should be untouched. You're going to use it when you come to Canada. You're going to use it for rent, for groceries, for food, etc. Okay, so that's different from your everyday Canada immigration money. Okay, so all the links to these streams, which I've talked about before, are going to be in the description of the video. And this is why you need to subscribe to Biba's Canadian Journey, because I talk about all these streams. Now, if you're new to everything, relocating to Canada, you don't even know where to start, you're like, what is she talking about? You can follow me on Instagram at Biba's Canadian Journey. Send me a message and ask for a one-on-one clarity session so that by the time we're done, you have all the information and you have clarity on how to start your Canadian immigration journey. Until next time, keep watching Biba's Canadian Journey. Thank you. Hi, my name is Habiba.